If you receive SSI or Social Security, I need you to stop what you are doing and listen very carefully, because on Saturday, August 1st, millions of people are going to open their banking app, look for their monthly payment, and see nothing. No deposit, no pending transaction, nothing. And most of them will have no idea why. Some of them will spend the entire weekend convinced their benefits were cut off. Some will sit on hold trying to reach the Social Security Administration on a weekend when nobody is going to pick up. And a small number of them will make a money mistake in the next 3 weeks that leaves them with an empty account by the middle of August. Not because they did anything wrong, because nobody told them what I'm about to tell you in the next 10 minutes. Here's what we're covering today. First, exactly why August 1st is a $0 day, and why that is actually good news. Second, who is getting 2 payments in July and who isn't, because this does not apply to everyone, and knowing which group you're in matters more than anything else in this video. Third, the one mistake people make every single time this happens. The mistake that turns a harmless scheduling change into a genuine financial emergency by the 15th of the month. And stay with me until the end, because I'm going to walk you through the rest of the 2026 payment calendar, including a date in December that is going to confuse even more people than August 1st will. A payment that lands in a completely different year than the one it belongs to. If you don't know it's coming, January is going to be very confusing. I'll explain all of it. Before we get into it, if you're not subscribed to this channel yet, do that right now and turn on the bell. Here's why it genuinely matters, and I'll keep it short. The Social Security payment schedule shifts multiple times every single year. Holidays, weekends, calendar quirks, and the SSA does not call you, does not text you, and does not send you a letter before it happens. They publish a calendar on a government website and expect more than 70 million people to have it memorized. That's not realistic. What I do here is watch that calendar for you and put out a video before every single change, so the money showing up early, or not showing up at all, never catches you off guard. The people who are subscribed to this channel found out about today's change ahead of time. The people who aren't will find out on August 1st, staring at a 0. Hit subscribe, turn on the bell, and let's get into it. Let me paint you a picture, because this exact situation plays out every single time the calendar does this. Picture a woman. Let's call her Margaret. She's 74, a widow, living in Ohio on SSI. Her payment lands on the 1st of every month, like clockwork, and her whole month is built around it. Rent comes out on the 3rd, utilities on the 5th, groceries with whatever is left. Now it's Saturday morning, August 1st. Margaret pours her coffee, opens her banking app, and the deposit isn't there. She refreshes. Nothing. She checks the account number. She scrolls back to yesterday. And there it is, a deposit that arrived on Friday, July 31st. But Margaret doesn't remember anyone telling her about July 31st. So her mind goes exactly where yours would go. Did they pay me early and cut me off? Is my August money still coming? Did something happen to my benefits? She calls the SSA's 800 number. It's Saturday. The offices are closed. So Margaret spends the entire weekend, Saturday and Sunday, with a knot in her stomach, afraid to spend a single dollar, waiting for Monday morning to find out whether her benefits still exist. Now here's the part that should bother you. Everything about Margaret's weekend was avoidable. The money was there the whole time. The schedule was published months in advance. The only thing missing was somebody sitting her down and explaining it. That is what this video is for, so that this weekend you are not Margaret, and neither is anyone you love. So let's talk about what is actually happening, because once you understand the rule, you will never be confused by this again. Not this year, not any year. Write this down if you need to, because it is one sentence. The Social Security Administration never issues payments on a weekend or a federal holiday. Never. If your payment date lands on a Saturday, a Sunday, or a holiday, your money moves to the business day right before it. Not after. Before. Now look at the calendar with me. SSI, Supplemental Security Income, is paid on the 1st of every month. August 1st, 2026 falls on a Saturday. Saturday means no payment, so the August payment moves backward to the last business day before it, Friday, July 31st. That's it. That is the entire mystery. Your August money is arriving one day early, inside the month of July, which creates something that looks very strange on a bank statement. Two SSI deposits in the same month. One on Wednesday, July 1st, that was your July money, and one on Friday, July 31st, that is your August money, wearing a July date. And then August 1st itself? Zero. Not because anything was cut, not because anything was suspended, because you were already paid. Let me say the most important sentence of this entire video, and I want you to hear it twice. You are not getting extra money in July, and you are not losing money in August. You are getting the exact same 12 payments this year that you were always going to get. The calendar just folded two of them into the same month. And by the way, if you're watching this and thinking, wait a minute, my check already came early once this month, you are not imagining it. 4th of July. This year, July 4th fell on a Saturday, so the federal government observed the holiday on Friday, July 3rd, which means people whose benefits normally arrive on the 3rd of the month, and I'll explain exactly who that is in a moment, got paid on Thursday, July 2nd instead. A day early, same rule. Holiday or weekend, the money moves to the business day before, so July 2026 has actually been a scheduling obstacle course from the very beginning. An early payment on July 2nd, a normal SSI payment on July 1st, and now a second SSI payment on July 31st. 3 quirks in one single month. If you've felt like the deposits have been landing on random days lately, they have not been random. They have been following one rule the entire time. You just were never handed the rule. Now you have it. Now let's talk about the mistake, because there is one, and it does real damage every single time this happens. When that deposit lands on July 31st, for a lot of people, it does not feel like August's money. It feels like a bonus. Think about it. You already got paid on July 1st. You already paid July's rent, July's bills, July's groceries. So when a full payment shows up on July 31st, the brain quietly files it under extra, and extra money gets spent. A car repair you'd been putting off, a grandchild's birthday, catching up on a bill that's been nagging you. And listen, none of those are foolish things to spend money on, but here is the cold reality. That July 31st deposit has to carry you through all 31 days of August, every single dollar of it, because on August 1st, nothing is coming. On August 15th, nothing is coming. There is no deposit at any point inside the month of August. The next payment after July 31st is the September payment, on Tuesday, September 1st. Count it out. That is a 32-day stretch on one deposit. So if you treat July 31st like found money and spend even a chunk of it in the first week, you are setting yourself up to hit the middle of August with an empty account and 2 long weeks still to go. That is how a calendar quirk becomes a crisis. Not because the government shorted anyone, because nobody explained the calendar. Here's what I want you to do instead, and it's simple. When that deposit lands on Friday the 31st, mentally relabel it. It is not a July deposit. Cross that out. Write August on it. Some people take it a step further and move the whole amount into a separate savings account the day it arrives, then transfer it back on the 1st, just so it doesn't sit in checking all weekend looking spendable. Whatever method works for you, the principle is the same. Same money, same amount, same 12 payments a year. It just has to survive until September 1st. Now, here is where I need you to find your group, because this double payment situation does not apply to everyone, and the comment section of every video like this fills up with people saying, "I never got 2 payments, this video is wrong." No, they're just in a different group, and nobody ever showed them the map. So let's go through it, one group at a time. Find yours, and listen closely when we get to it. Group 1. You receive SSI, Supplemental Security Income. This is you. This entire video is you. Payment on July 1st. Payment on July 31st. Nothing on August 1st. Next payment, Tuesday, September 1st. Everything I just said about relabeling that second July deposit, that is your assignment for this month. And keep watching, because 2 more of these are coming before the year ends, and I'm going to give you the exact dates. Group 2, you receive both SSI and Social Security. Some people qualify for both, and if that's you, your 2 benefits run on 2 separate calendars. Your SSI portion follows everything I just described. Doubled up in July, silent in August. Your Social Security portion, for most people receiving both, arrives on the 3rd of the month, which means, remember the flashback, that money came on July 2nd this month because of the holiday. So your July looked like this: Social Security on the 2nd, SSI on the 1st, and again on the 31st. 3 deposits in 1 month. If your July felt crowded, now you know exactly why. Your challenge is the same as Group 1's. That July 31st deposit is August money. Guard it. Group 3, you receive Social Security retirement, survivors, or disability benefits, and you started receiving them after May 1997. Your payment is not tied to the 1st of the month at all. It is tied to your birthday. Born on the 1st through the 10th of any month, you are paid on the 2nd Wednesday. Born on the 11th through the 20th, 3rd Wednesday. Born on the 21st through the 31st, 4th Wednesday. And here's the beautiful thing about Wednesdays: they are never Saturdays and never Sundays. So Group 3, hear me clearly. You are not getting a double payment in July, and you are not skipping August. Your August money comes in August on your regular Wednesday, exactly like always. If that's you, do not spend the next 3 weeks waiting for a second deposit that was never scheduled for you. And don't let a neighbor's double deposit make you think yours went missing. But do not click away either, because the announcement coming in October and the December date at the end of this video affect you just as much as anyone. Group 4, you have been receiving Social Security since before May 1997, or you fall into certain special categories. You are paid on the 3rd of the month. You are the group that got paid early on July 2nd because of the 4th of July. Your August payment arrives on Monday, August 3rd. That one is a normal business day, so no shuffle there. But keep your eyes open going forward, because the 3rd keeps landing on weekends over the coming months, and your dates will keep sliding around. Every time they do, I'll be here before it happens. So that's the whole map. SSI, 2 in July, 0 in August. Both benefits, 3 deposits in July. Post-1997 Social Security, normal Wednesdays, nothing changes. Pre-1997, your early payment already came on the 2nd. 4 groups, 1 rule, no mystery. Now, and this is where I told you to stay with me, August is not the last time this happens in 2026, not even close. Look at November 1st, it falls on a Sunday. Same rule, same result. The November SSI payment moves to the business day before it, Friday, October 30th. So October becomes the next double payment month. SSI on Thursday, October 1st. SSI again on Friday, October 30th. And November 1st, another $0 day. Everything I told you about August, the relabeling, the 30-plus day stretch, the separate account trick, you are going to run that exact same play again in October. Put it on the calendar right now, October 30th. That deposit is November's money, but December is the one I really need you to hear, because it comes with a twist the others don't have. January 1st, 2027 is New Year's Day, a federal holiday, and it falls on a Friday. So your January 2027 SSI payment moves to the business day before it, which is Thursday, December 31st, 2026. Listen to that again. Your January money, next year's money, is going to land in December of this year, which means December becomes a double deposit month too, and January 1st becomes a $0 day. But here's the twist. That payment doesn't just cross a month line. It crosses a year line. Money that belongs to 2027 shows up dated 2026. For most people, that is just one more calendar quirk to budget around. But if anyone in your household files taxes or fills out paperwork for other benefit programs that ask about income received in a calendar year, that December 31st deposit can make your 2026 look one payment heavier and your 2027 look one payment lighter on paper. It almost always sorts itself out fine, but only if you know it happened. The people who don't know spend January confused about a missing payment and springtime confused about their paperwork. You now know. That's the difference 10 minutes makes. And speaking of January, while we're looking that far ahead, there is something much bigger waiting inside your January payment, and it is the reason mid-October is about to become the most important date of the year for every single person watching this, no matter which group you're in. The 2027 cost of living adjustment, the COLA, your raise, here's where it stands right now. Every year, the raise is calculated from inflation data collected in July, August, and September, the exact months we are living through right now. The moment September ends, your 2027 raise is mathematically locked in, and the official announcement comes in mid-October. This year, the forecasts are turning heads. The Senior Citizens League, a group that tracks this number every single month, is currently projecting 3.8%. If that holds, it would be the biggest raise in 4 years. And another respected independent analyst has projected it could reach 4.7% or even higher, depending on how these summer months play out. And if that number hit, we would be talking about one of the largest increases in decades. Let me make it concrete. The average retirement check right now sits a little above $2,000 a month. At 3.8%, that is roughly $77 to $79 more dollars every single month, permanently, starting with the January payments. At the higher forecasts, more than that. Now, I want to be careful with you here, because a lot of channels are not. These are projections. The real number gets announced in October, and it can land above or below these estimates. The forecasts have already moved around this summer as prices shifted. Nobody on this platform knows the final number yet, and anyone who tells you they do is guessing. What I can promise you is this. The moment the SSA makes it official in mid-October, I will have a video up the same day, breaking down the exact percentage and the exact dollar change for a check your size. That is not a video you want to be 3 days late to. But before you spend that raise in your head, we need to talk about the quiet subtraction that happens to it. Because this is the part of the January check that catches people off guard every single year. Medicare Part B. For most people, the Part B premium is not something you get billed for. It is deducted straight out of your Social Security payment before the money ever touches your bank account. And this year, that premium crossed a line it had never crossed before. $202.90 a month. Over $200, up nearly 10% from the year before, one of the steepest jumps in the program's history. Here's why that matters for January. Your COLA raise and the new Medicare premium land on your check at the same time. If the premium jumps again for 2027, and that announcement typically comes in November, then a slice of your raise is spoken for before you ever see it. This is exactly why so many people look at their first check of the new year and say, wait, the raise was supposed to be bigger than this. Now, there is a protection built into the law. It's called the hold harmless rule, and for most people it stops a premium increase from completely wiping out your COLA. Your check generally cannot go down because of it. But not going down and getting the full raise are two very different feelings. So here is the honest sequence for the months ahead, and I want you to remember it in this order. October tells you your raise. November tells you what Medicare takes. And early December, the SSA sends every single beneficiary a personalized letter and posts it in your online account, showing your exact new 2027 amount, down to the dollar, with the Medicare deduction already factored in. Watch your mailbox for it. Those 3 dates, in that order, tell you the whole story of your January check. Most people only ever hear the first one. Now I need to shift gears for a minute because there is a darker side to everything we've talked about today, and skipping it would leave you only half protected. Every time the payment calendar does something confusing, a double month, a 0 day, an early deposit, the scammers show up, and they show up precisely because of the confusion. Think about it from their side of the phone. They know that millions of people will be anxious about a missing August 1st payment, and anxious people answer the phone, so the calls and the texts go out. This is the Social Security Administration. We've detected a problem with your August payment. Your benefits have been suspended. To reinstate them, we need you to verify your information or pay a reinstatement fee. And the person on the other end, who just stared at a $0 balance on a Saturday morning, believes it, because it matches what they are seeing with their own two eyes. That is what makes this scam so effective. It arrives at the exact moment the lie looks true. So, let me give you the 3 rules that break every version of this scam, and I want you to actually remember these. Rule number 1, the SSA will never call you out of the blue to threaten suspension of your benefits, and a missing weekend payment is never a suspension. You now know exactly why that money moved, which means the opening line of the scam is dead on arrival with you. Rule number 2, no real government agency will ever ask you to pay a fee using gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. The moment you hear the words gift card, the call is fake. Hang up. No explanation needed. No politeness required. Rule number 3, never give your Social Security number, your bank details, or your online account login to anyone who contacted you first. If there is even 1% of doubt, hang up and dial the SSA yourself at 1-800-772-1213. When you dial the number, you know who's on the other end. When they call you, you don't. And here's the part I would genuinely ask of you. The people most likely to fall for the August 1st version of this scam are the people who never saw this video, the ones who don't know why the account says 0. If your mother, your neighbor, your friend from church is on SSI, sending them this video costs you 10 seconds. It might cost a scammer their entire payday. That is a very good trade. One more thing while we are on the subject of your payments. If you're going to be watching your account around these shifting dates anyway, take 10 extra minutes and do a quick checkup. Think of it as making sure the pipes your money flows through are solid. Go to ssa.gov and log into your My Social Security account. If you have never created one, this is your sign. It takes about 10 minutes and it is free. 2 things to verify while you're in there. First, your direct deposit details. If you changed banks or closed an account in the past year and something didn't update cleanly, a shifting payment date is the worst possible moment to find out. Confirm that the account on file is the account you actually use. Takes 30 seconds. Second, and regular viewers know I talk about this often, while you are logged in, glance at your earnings record. That is the year-by-year history of every dollar ever reported under your name, and it is the raw material your entire benefit was calculated from. If even one working year in that list shows 0, or shows far less than you actually earned, then your monthly check has been smaller than it should be every month for years, and there is an official process to correct it. I've made a full video walking through exactly how to check it and exactly which form fixes it, and I'll link it right here at the end of this one. For today, just look. It costs nothing, and more than a few people in this community have found real money sitting in that list. Alright, let's bring it all home, group by group, so you walk away knowing exactly what applies to you. If you are on SSI, 2 payments in July, the 1st and the 31st. Nothing on August 1st. That second deposit is your entire August budget, so guard it until September 1st. Then run the same play in October, because October 30th carries your November money, and again in December, because December 31st carries your January money across the year line. If you get both SSI and Social Security, everything above applies to your SSI, and your Social Security stays on its own track. You already saw it arrive early on July 2nd this month. If you are on Social Security with the birthday-based Wednesday schedule, no double payments, no skipped months, your dates hold steady. But circle mid-October for the COLA announcement. November for the Medicare premium number, and early December for the letter that puts your exact 2027 amount in writing. If you've been receiving benefits since before May 1997, your payment comes on the 3rd, your early July payment already happened on the 2nd, and August lands normally on Monday the 3rd. And every single group, hear this last one. If the phone rings this weekend and a voice says your benefits are suspended, you now know more than they are counting on you knowing. Hang up. Before you go, 2 things, and each one takes 10 seconds. First, send this video to one person you love who is on SSI, just one, because on Saturday morning, August 1st, that person is either going to look at their empty account and calmly say, "Right, that came on the 31st, I knew about this," or they are going to spend an entire weekend afraid that their benefits are gone. 10 seconds from you decides which weekend they have. And second, if this is the kind of thing you want to know before it happens instead of after, the October double payment, the COLA announcement on the day it drops, the Medicare number in November, the December letter, that is exactly what this channel exists for. Subscribe, turn on the bell,